Fat Bart is fat. This is no question. The reason why he may be fat is found in episode 1 when he consumes what appears to be a Kinder egg. Maybe this is his sole food source that he consumes. Throughout episode 1 and 2, we don't have any trace of Fat Bart's father. A theory speculates that he went out for Duff beer and never returned. Some have theories that Fat Bart is trying to promote gambling. In the series, there are clips or transitions depicting a slot machine. Although this theory is a stretch, it appears twice, once in each episode. In episode 1, Fat Bart gives us a tour of his house. We get a pretty good look at his living space, although it is quite barren, with only the necessities and little furniture. While he does show us his gaming chair, it looks to be worn down and old. His room is a mess, with trash and debris thrown about, possibly hinting at him living in poverty. In the second release of the Fat Bart series, a character bearing the resemblance of Luigi is seen throughout the episode, but with blue skin. Maybe this is Luigi after undergoing a harsh incident, or maybe it's a variant of Luigi. While Bart is giving us a tour of his house, an arrow and text show up, pointing to a pile of unidentifiable objects and saying, "The stash." While passing by, Fat Bart says, "Don't mind that room," but despite Fat Bart's words, the cameraman looks. After the cameraman notices the stash, Fat Bart raises his voice and gets mad. Possibly hinting at him holding something illegal, or he doesn't want anyone to find out a hoard of food has been stashed there. The cameraman doesn't always follow the main cast, occasionally running away, hiding, or viewing from afar when things get potentially dangerous to make sure they're safe. Even when Bart raises his voice, the cameraman shakes his head, potentially out of fear or showing Bart that he regrets what he's done. This can possibly hint at whoever is filming the Fat Bart series is in danger, or is being forced to film against their free will. The main climax of episode 1 is when Fat Bart sees an unknown figure in his house. Bart gets hostile and shoots at it with a gun. The intruder doesn't appear in episode 2, possibly being a non-reoccurring member of the series, or something much darker. The fact that a being as powerful as Fat Bart seems to hold some kind of fear for this entity may show how powerful it is. Okay, pause. Okay, so really quickly, I'm gonna do a side theory. Let me just slide this in there. It's the Russia theory. So, in the first episode, we can see outside of Bart's home, and the gray concrete in general, like, architecture reminds me of a Russian apartment building. Not only that, in the second episode, Grandma literally calls herself Babushka, which is grandma in Russian. So I just think maybe Fat Bart takes place in Russia, although I'm not entirely sure. It kind of lines up to seem that way. Plus, Babushka's weapon of choice is literally an AK-47. How could you get more Russian than that? Okay, back to the main theory. For a brief moment, the message, "This is not his grandma," shows up when Grandma is introduced. Despite this, she frequently says she is, in fact, Grandma. Maybe we're being lied to by Grandma, but that begs the question, why is she lying to us? What is Grandma hiding? And why is she trying to be something that she's not? This may hint at her true identity being something else, much more sinister than she actually is appearing. Ooh, spooky! Either that or she's just a crazy old grandma. There's frequent murder throughout the Fat Bart series, and there are many casualties. Man being killed in episode 1, firefight, and the blood and death in episode 2. It is a very violent series with many deaths, which may hint about the surrounding world that they find themselves in. I actually kinda didn't really like that one. Alright, this is when Bart hits the fan and theories start getting crazy, so buckle up. During the car ride segment in episode 2, the text, "The Creator," is flashed on screen with a picture of the Lorax. The same Lorax from Mother 3. The creator of Mother 3 may be the same creator as Fat Bart, or possibly Fat Bart and Mother 3 have some kind of pact. Now, away from the channel Mother 3 to the game. In the game Mother 3, there are lots of characters for you to talk to and interact. But one is named Bart, and taking the appearance of a chubby, prepubescent boy. Coincidence? I think not. After Luigi kills Grandma and Fat Bart, he starts screeching and making eldritch noises at the top of his lungs. But that struck me as odd, because they only make those noises after they've killed Fat Bart and Grandma. He didn't talk when they were at the start. He didn't talk when they got in the car. He didn't talk when they got into the caves. So why talk only after he's gotten Fat Bart and Grandma dead? Passages Mark 1:32 and 34 in the Bible state that at evening, when the sun has set, they brought to him all who were sick and all those who were demon-possessed. The whole city had gathered together at the door. Then he healed many who were sick with various diseases, cast out many demons, and he did not allow the demons to speak, because they knew him. Maybe this method of killing others to speak is caused by Jesus casting him out and not allowing him to talk. Maybe Luigi is a parasite pretending to be a biblically accurate demon from the Bible to lure in victims and trap them. After all, we all know that L on his hat doesn't mean Luigi.
Oh my god! Oh my look! Dude! Fuck!
What struck me as odd in the last episode of the Fat Bart series, in In the cave segment, Babushka says she served in the war.
Call me Babushka. I served in the war 3 billion times.
What makes it interesting is that there's no other characters besides the intruder, Babushka, Fat Bart, the cameraman, and the Ouija. So who else could there be at war against? There's no people walking down the street, there's no other people driving down the road in the road segment. There's no other people, so who could they be waging war against? But maybe they did wage the war. Maybe it's over. Maybe what we're seeing is the aftermath of said war. But what Grandma said really got me thinking. She said she served in the war 3 billion times. How long would it take to serve in the war 3 billion times? I'm going to assume and think Babushka fought in the Ukrainian war, which has been spanning over 11 years as of now. By doing a simple math equation, we can do 11 years times 3 billion. Which gives us around roughly 33 billion years. That's a lot of years. By that time, the sun would have probably exploded, so I'm going to assume space travel is viable and they're probably on another planet. Assuming the Ukrainian war is still going. So that puts Babushka at around 33,482 years old. By that time, anybody other than the legendary Babushka or some kind of mutated beast has to be at least extinct, which explains the lack of normal people. Either all that or this is just a cry for help. Maybe I've just been like overthinking all of this. Maybe it's just a cry for help from the creator, I'm not sure. And this has been the Fat Bart Iceberg.